Round 10, Women in League Round continues at cf Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. Matt Russell, Gary Belcher and Kevin Walters is among the crowd downstairs, ready to file his sideline reports. Good to have your company on Fox Sports and Sky Sport. Here are two teams about to do battle who are desperate to bounce back. The Titans from a heavy defeat against the Canberra Raiders. The Sharks after being stunned by some Sean Johnson brilliance. Pretty tough to pick a winner in this one, Gary Belcher.
Yeah, it sure is. Look, until last week, both sides were going along pretty good. The Sharks have only had 3 wins, but they did them all in a row, up to round 7. Not so good last week, that heartbreaking loss against the Warriors. I would have thought they had that one. And of course, when they played the Titans in round 4, a similar result, a late intercept try. Cost them the game, the Sharks.
The Sharks thought they had that round 4 encounter. They led 14-6 at half-time. 18-all with 20 to play, and they took 2 penalties. They might regret that in hindsight because they were beaten by that James Roberts intercept thrown by Wade Graham, the captain there on screen. Some last handshakes for Tim Robinson, who comes in jumper 18, playing his first NRL game for the season. 8 appearances for the Sharks in 2014. Let's get through the lineup. Ben Barber at the back, Holmes and Gordon, his wingers. In the centres, Jared Beale and Blake Ashford making his first NRL appearance for 2015. Jack Bird and Jeff Robson, the halves. Youth and experience right there. Up front, Andrew Fafita, Michael Ennis and Matt Pryor completing the run on 13. Jason Bakuya, Luke Lewis and Wade Graham. As mentioned, the captain this evening. The bench, Sammy Saluma, just his 2nd game for the Sharks after leading the Canberra Raiders. David Fafita, Sam Tagatese, Tim Robinson, the coach Shane Flanagan. 3 in a row, as Badge mentioned, for the Sharks before losses to Penrith and then the Warriors. They have the bye next weekend and need another 2 points here, as does this team. The Gold Coast Titans really set themselves up by winning 4 of 5 at one stage, and then they went to Canberra. Your beloved Canberra Raiders, Badge.
It was a bad week for the Gold Coast Titans. They've got to put that behind them. And plus, Nate Miles has revealed he's going to head off to Manly next season. Let's see how they're going to line up. Josh Hoffman at the back. His wingers, Anthony Don and David Mead. Centres, Will Zillman, James Roberts, the absolute flyer. Caesar and LG in the halves. And up front, Luke Douglas, Kieran Mosley and the skipper, Nate Miles. The back row is Ryan James, Lachlan Burr, Dave Taylor. They've made one change to the bench. Mark Uwangi is out. Matthew White, Eddie Pettybourne, Daniel Mortimer, and his first game for 2015, Ben Ridge in jersey number 18. Their coach is Neil Henry.
Ben Ridge, having had a run of injuries, we'll run you through them in a moment. Here are the Sharks. My tongue's injured after trying to get that sentence out, Badge. A rotten run of injuries as Mick Ennis and the Sharks take to cf Super Stadium. Played here 3 times, 2 wins for the Titans, just the 1 for the Sharks, and there is Jack Bird.
He's really added a running dimension to the 5/8 role here at the Sharks. Love to take the line on. He's earmarked as a future Origin star. I just wonder when that's going to happen. I think there's a lot of doubt about it if he keeps on the same form that he's displayed early in his career.
Like the number on his back, just 6 NRL games so far. This number 7, will it be Lucky 7, playing alongside the halfback Jeff Robson? And home hasn't been kind to the Titans. Success here, not nearly as frequent as they needed to be, and that start to change tonight.
Scored 3 tries last week. James Roberts, what a flyer he is. As we mentioned, he took that late intercept against the Sharks in round 4 that got them home. He's been threatening the line all year, always keen to get involved. I'm loving that about his game.
He scored a double against the Sharks in round 4, including that much publicised winner. Nate Miles, the captain, now officially in his last season as a Gold Coast Titan. Game 200 looming for Nate. It's 197 for him this evening. Will it be a winning one for the Titans, or can the Sharks bounce back? Women in League Round continues. Great to have your company on Fox Sports Luke Douglas with the first carry, and now Dave Taylor. He did play games 2 and 3 of last year's Origin series. Now Miles, he'll be picked by Mal Meninga. Team announcements coming on Tuesday. You'll see them live on Fox Sports News. Channel 500. This is Ryan James with those trademark long locks that are set for trim in coming weeks. He'll be married mid-season. Here's Taylor across halfway. And they arrive at the last. The kick comes from Caesar, turning Ben Barber around. It lands just short of the try line and goes dead in goal easily.
Don't want too many of those, do you? Give it 320 metres to the Sharks. I'm interested to see how their back three operates. Really, for me, the Sharks, Valentine Holmes, Ben Barber, Michael Gordon, they're all fullbacks. I think they played their best footy in that role, and I know they do rotate at times. We'll see what the rotation is today by coach Shane Flanagan.
Andrew Fafita crashes within 14 of halfway. Now it's Luke Lewis. Still no Paul Gallen, of course, and also out of Origin 1 now. This is Matt Pryor. 10 metres into Gold Coast territory. Sharks opening set of the contest. Ennis to Robson. Now he gives it to Barber. Quick hands for Ashford. He gets the ball away to Gordon. Gordon takes the catch and is ridden into the ground by James Roberts. On the short side they come. Barber was waiting. He kicks infield. It's a tricky kick at the back for Josh Hoffman. And in the end, he has to dive on the loose ball to clean up the chase by Gordon, pinning the Titans on their own area.
He handled that well, didn't he, Josh Hoffman? I thought if he'd let it go, there was a chance it might have pulled up in the end goal. They had a couple of good chases inside. Sharks.
Now LG on to Ryan James. That air trim I told you about is partly for his wedding, partly to raise some funds for young Harrison Wheatley of Wynnum, who has his difficulties, and they're embarking on some fundraising. Good luck to everyone involved. Michael Gordon waits for the kick, takes it 25 short of halfway. With news space for Michael Gordon this week as the battle between the Sharks and Parramatta Eels for his services were reported on. Got to remember, he's been the Sharks Player of the Year for the last 2 years. This is Matt Pryor. Left Penrith after 7 years, Michael Gordon, and was the Sharks Player of the Year for his first 2 there. Fafita. Ennis shows it one way, heads off to his right and kicks. It's taken by Hoffman, a couple of metres out from his goal line. And now he gets to ground. Head to head, these teams are 6-all. The Titans winning the last 2. In their past 5, the margin has been less than 10. A history of close encounters, and we're set for another one. As the Titans reach their 20-metre line. Mosley on to Miles. He passes for Caesar, and Taylor hits a big hole. The supporting field in Zillman. Taylor runs to Barber, dummies and takes the tackle. It came from Blake Ashford. Zillman was screaming for the ball. Instead, Zillman goes to dummy half. He pulls the trigger on the pass, and now LG's offload is dropped by James Roberts, and the Titans butcher what appeared to be a certain 4-pointer.
He's got to be kidding.
It's easy to look at that and say they butchered it. It was great defence there from Ben Barber. Ashford called him when they were cover defending, trying to get hold of Dave Taylor, and Ashford had Taylor. Ben Barber backed off to take the inside support runner, and it meant that Taylor couldn't give it to Zillman at that point there. Well done, good defence there at the back by the Sharks, scrambling. And oh, gee, that's an ugly finish to what was the promising move there by the Titans.
Wade Graham congratulating his fullback. He received plenty of support, as you mentioned, by
didn't make a tackle,
Blake Ashford,
but it was a good play there.
No. Can't fit in.
Just his second game as starting fullback for the Sharks, Ben Barber.
Why there, Lachlan? Come on.
Valentine Holmes on
Righto.
one wing,
Down we
Michael
come.
Gordon
Put the
on
ball
the
in.
other.
Put the ball in.
Hold.
It's out. You take the 10.
Bird on to Jared Beale.
It is good to see Dave Taylor in space, isn't it? The big unit, trying to link up with his inside supports. Maybe he could have given it a little earlier.
It was a big hole he ran through.
Yeah, created.
There's been some concerns for Shane Flanagan, what a gap that size was doing on their left-hand defensive edge.
Well, for mine, one of the big problems for the Titans has been coming off their own line, out of their own territory, and just not getting enough metres in to get away a good kick. If you bust on a line like that, that solves the problem.
Bird passes close to the line. Beale accelerates now, and he's tackled around the ankles by Zillman. Bird kicking across field, looking for Michael Gordon, who just tries to push it backwards, and it sits up for David Mead. He goes infield to Aidan Caesar, and they handle that kick, the Titans. Mead. 57 career tries for David Mead. Joint first at the Titans alongside Kevin Gordon, who's been kept out by Anthony Don on the other wing. Anthony Don in try-scoring form as well as they head in his direction. Mosley into acting half, back towards open field through Douglas onto Caesar. This is Hoffman joining in. Roberts changes the direction that time successfully. Tackled by Robson, assisted by Fafita. Final play for the Titans. It's Caesar, high, not very deep this time, bringing Barber forward, and Barber has it. There was a hand hung out by Douglas, and Barber stayed down.
Blood on his nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, an innocuous
Look,
little knock there that he took Barber, but he held on to the ball. Oh, is he hit the hip of
Drop him, mate.
Caesar?
Drop here.
I think he has.
Spot
Nice
on,
tackle, Ben Barber.
Just a collision there with Mike.
right onto the hip. And as a result, you can see possible appointment with the dentist.
Oh,
Bit of blood on the teeth.
we've had one
Hasn't been
tackle.
on the field on that, has he?
So, let me tackle one.
Looks like he's okay.
It was a good take.
Hello.
Good take. He committed himself to it. And a bit of traffic there too.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. He stayed with it all the way. And there's the little bump on the knee, on the hip. Caesar.
Let's say good evening to Kevin Walters. Kevin, what are you noticing about the early exchanges?
Well, I'm pretty happy with the weather, to be honest with you guys, on this Women in League round. There was a bit of drizzle around before the kick-off, but it's dried up now. I've got my brolly ready, but I'm not expecting too much more rain. Good start for both teams, getting themselves into the game, and I think we're in for a great encounter tonight.
This is Pryor. Driven backwards by three Titans. Douglas and Lachlan Burr chiefly involved. Fafita. His numbers last week against the Warriors, outstanding. 192 metres, 8 tackle busts, 30 tackles. Robson, now Wade Graham. Couldn't fend his way clear of Caesar when the reinforcements arrive. The final play for the Sharks as Barber goes to Robson. He'll kick high, straight down the middle. Hoffman, under no real pressure, catches safely. It's away from the first chasers, and the next chaser still going. Hoffman looks to link up, might not need to. He takes the tackle. It was Valentine Holmes with an important stop. Mead scampers, plays the ball. Mosley goes to Miles, and Nate settles up the middle. Caesar jinks and accelerates. Tackled by Ennis and Pryor. This is Mosley. So the last play for the Titans, in good position. And along the ground they go. Caesar's grubber is taken by Gordon. He has work to do. Deep in his in goal, he passes. Great work from Gordon to Ashford. Ashford gets away from Taylor. Support in field in Barber. This is the time he shines. Broken field, looking to link up. Runs underneath. A horrible swinging arm from Nate Miles. He almost knocked his head onto the broad beach. Ennis kicks and chases hard. along with Valentine Holmes. This ball into the in goal. Anthony Don down low, keen not to be forced back into his in goal.
Surrenders here. Wait.
What about that badge?
That was tackle too.
Bad one.
Michael Ennis with the kick downfield. He was keen, I think, for the 40-20.
Release 2.
I think they gave up a bit of an advantage. Yeah, it's a great counter-attack, isn't it? From Gordon and Ashford and Barber. Miles here. Betty Barber was 2 inches taller. We're getting carted off.
And Mal Meninga might be going back to his selection book. Douglas does well to shrug away the defence and get the ball clear. Aiden Caesar, tackled by Robson. Now LG's kick is charged down by Ennis. The tackle count restarts. Hoffman chips and chases. Did he not know the tackle count had restarted? It was a loud call by the referees. You can only assume that Josh didn't hear it.
He thought he was in the backyard playing against Benny Barber and the old Mackay mates. 6 again it was. Here's the break. Great stuff from their in goal area. Ashford draws and passes, gives it to Barber. But just watch here, ducking under Nate Miles. There it is.
It was the second attempt that luckily went way too high. Bird.
I think he had an open hand, wasn't it? Swing around.
Bird gets the ball away to Holmes. Holmes has to throw the ball backwards as he went over the sideline. It's been cleaned up by Jared Beale. Some peculiar plays early at Seabus Super Stadium, but entertaining. Final play as the Sharks go to Robson. Again, he kicks high towards Mead. The chase will give the Titans something to think about. It's allowed to bounce, picked up by Wade Graham. And just as Adam Devcich was about to signal a fresh set, the call came.
Double knock on. So it's coming in here for a scrum.
Knock on both ways.
Okay. It's Cronulla's feed.
And the first one's off the Sharks.
Their feed.
Yeah.
Cronulla's.
Oh, the second one was. Yeah. Let's go, boys.
Ryan.
Off David Mead
Got to get that fixed up, mate.
into James
You've got to
Roberts.
take that 10, mate.
A knock-on ruled against the Titans, and the Sharks with a great chance here to post first points.
Let's go, boys. Time's off there, Clive.
Luke Douglas
Correct.
turned 29 on Tuesday. Luke,
Make
it's
sure
been
you stay, boys,
birthday
I'll call
week
out.
for the Titans.
Hold it.
Kieran Mosley,
Hold.
21 on Thursday, and Matt
Mate,
White,
mate.
31 tomorrow.
Hold it.
Come on, now.
Robson passes to Barber. Bird goes back to Barber. Inside the 10, the Sharks. Tackled by James Zillman. And a penalty to the visitors. The first for the game.
Oh, we got a penalty. What are you doing, mate?
Downside.
Out of your way.
So a second attempt in the
Hold
tackle.
it. Go.
Pushing the back, picked up by the referees, and Pryor goes straight. Tries to position himself for an offload. He's forced to ground now. Ennis
Hold the line. Go. Right. Good.
passes for Fafita, close to the line. Andrew Fafita twists and is forced backwards. Douglas and James, the men.
Go two.
Ennis, Bird, he goes flats, and it's a good tackle. It came from Zillman on Beale. The two centres.
Outside.
Jason Bakuya. Bakuya reaches out. Jason Bakuya is told to play the ball. I thought he'd scored. Over the head of Bird, it's cleaned up by Barber, and still the Titans keep them out, but only by giving away a penalty.
No, Dave Taylor jumped the gun. Well, they've ruled he was offside. The refs told each other.
Too quick.
We got the.
No, that's right.
He got off the
Hey,
line.
Adam.
Wait until the ball's played.
Adam.
Warp
Had Luke
speed.
Douglas a leg pull over there too.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Don't get sloppy around the goal line here.
there they come.
No, make it come.
So Dave Taylor offside. The first penalty explained as a leg pull. This is Pryor.
Give him space.
The Sharks, can they score first? Ennis to Robson. Robson runs. And he's stopped 2 metres out.
Give him space.
Fafita is waiting to the right. And that's the way Ennis goes. Behind Fafita to Jack Bird. Fending away from Burr. Still running Bird. He runs out of room. Zillman makes the tackle. Bird holds his head.
Three tackles.
3 tackles, Jack Bird.
3 tackles, Jack Bird.
I didn't see anything in the
Nothing
tackle.
obvious in the tackle to cause a problem for Jack Bird.
He got dragged down by Will Zillman.
Dave Taylor on the
Let's
goal.
just see how it rodeoed into the turf.
Goal
And
line
he's
on the 10 here, boys.
gone down head first.
Lands on the point of his head, and as a result, looks uglier the more we see it.
I think they're going to have a chat. To the tackle there. Maybe not.
Sorry, we've had 3 tackles. Stay on the line here.
Jack Bird given the green light to play on.
Go.
So we're mid-set. The Sharks pushing. Through Lewis to Ennis. He goes long to Wade Graham. Graham can't get away from Caesar or Taylor. 10 metres out the Sharks. And he loses it in the play the ball, Wade Graham. The call was instant from Adam Devcic.
They needed that one, the Titans. That was the fourth set in a row, we can say, for the Sharks. They never got to the end of their set. It was tackles on, penalties on first and second and third tackle.
Not when it hits the ground.
But they hung on. Titans defenders.
Where's your lock, boys? Where's your lock?
Right here, boys.
Blake. Andrew
Sharks
Stainler call out.
tackled 9
Kieran,
times
get
in the
in,
opposition 20 compared to
yeah,
Gold
mate.
Coast 1.
Feed. Feed.
Still nothing to show for it. 0-0 as we approach
Wait,
the
you don't get
15-minute
first shot
mark.
at it, Yeah, but you don't get first shot at it. Hookers, mate. Heads in.
Don't
Hold
you
it,
love
Jason.
the explanations of
Heads in.
scrummaging?
Feed.
The referee's trying to say the hooker actually breaks the ball back.
Hooker doesn't even see the
When
ball.
was the last time you saw that, Matt?
Good run from the Gold Coast.
Generally, the bloke in the middle of the 2 front rows is not a hooker.
Zillman on to Douglas, who goes beyond the 30-metre line. We're relieved to have some ball finally. Nate Miles into Pryor. Bird gives it on to Caesar and racing up. Chris Bakuya couldn't stop the Titans 5'8". He crosses halfway. One more, and it's LG putting it high end over end for Barber. The chase will come through and be well timed. No, it's not. Ryan James hit his mark, but too early, according to the officials.
It looked simultaneous, didn't it? But the refs reckon he got hold of Ben Barber
All right, you got the penalty. It's all right, mate. It's all right.
just before he caught it. He's not off the ground, Barber. Oh, okay. It's touch and go. Oh, okay. Well spotted by the refs.
Contact fractionally before the ball arrived. To the naked eye, it was hard to spot. So they've done well, the referees, as that wobbly old kick finds touch just.
Wait there. Oh!
Here they come again. Heavily involved, Ben Barber, early in this game. For multiple reasons. Pryor. Hit the score at Cronulla, Matt Pryor, since joining them from St George Illawarra. Bird goes on to Bakuya. He'll remember this ground fondly, having led Fiji to victory against Papua New Guinea. During the rep round as Robson heads across field, gives it to Pryor, he straightens. Barber was waiting for an offload, it came too late for him, and Luke Lewis runs, passes for Wade Graham, inside the 10 now, the Sharks. 2 plays up their sleeve. Ennis grubbers and chases. Hoffman received a kind bounce. And he gets back just beyond his 10-metre line.
They're trying stuff there, the Sharks, aren't they? But just not really able to make that clean break that they need. Just watching Ben Barber, and the difference between him and a fullback like Billy Slater is he's parking himself on one side of the field. If the ball doesn't come to him, if the play doesn't happen for him there, he's not chasing the next play, trying to get involved on every play.
LG dummies and runs. Gets away from 2 defenders. Now passes for Taylor. Ashford was up quickly in his face, saying, "Don't pass, Dave." It's the halfway line you can see. Mosley, flat for Miles. On to Caesar. Now Ryan James. This is the last as Caesar then takes the aerial approach, bringing Barber forward, and he has the ball safely this time. Kicker was also the tackler, Aidan Caesar. And the Titans will be keen to stay up this end of the field. They spent 70% of the game so far in their own half, and that will help the cause.
Lost it. It's on the call, he lost the ball. Hey? Yeah, it's as I called, he lost it.
So the held call and the lost ball, simultaneous, according to the referee. Here's the Titans' chance badge.
Yeah, it sure is. It doesn't seem to have been forced out. Just let it go there. Holmes. You'd think the go-to side for the Titans would be their right edge. We've already seen a good bust by Dave Taylor. He's got James Roberts outside of him. Hoffman is looming out on that side of the open side of the field there for them.
Mosley gives it to Caesar. On he goes. Hoffman trying to spin away, unable to do so, and Wade Graham completes the tackle and concedes a penalty. A hand on the ball. Roberts taps and runs. 9 tries, 9 games this season for James Roberts. This is Lachlan Burr. 3 metres short. Douglas turns it around to Caesar. Elgin gets away from Bird eventually. Bakuya says, "Don't do it again." Assisted by Jack Bird, who didn't like being beaten. Douglas. Caesar, close to the line, passes for Taylor. He can't crash his way through. Wade Graham is around the legs. Miles bumps free, runs. The ball is on the ground. Picked up by the Sharks.
Double knock on. Hey, it's a double knock on. We're going to go with Sharks loose and feed up here.
Yep.
So the Sharks get the feed. The first knock on by the Titans. It was a scrappy play.
Yeah, it sure was. Pushing a pass there here. Kate Miles squeezing one out here that, well, if he had a tight runner there, the pass would have been on.
Don't start, mate.
Caesar saying he never touched it. I think he
Get
did.
onside.
Sam take it easy on in jumper 17.
Hey?
No, March, come on, I'll come this.
Okay, we'll all have a problem here. In a minute. Down to
Hold it, boys. Wait, Dave.
Sharks ball. Sharks ball. You tend to turn, mate.
So the Sharks from deep in their own territory. Valentine Holmes into acting half. He was also a star of rep round. He helped the junior Roos beat the junior Kiwis, and he scored a stunning try at this end of Seabus Super Stadium. Chased his own kick, it pulled up, and he won the race spectacularly. Robson. Gordon gets involved, running out of dummy half. Tagatese. Goes back to Ennis. Ennis passes to Graham, who is under pressure. He's driven backwards without the ball. That is good defence from James Roberts. Under the rib cage, lifting safely. A good dominant tackle that wins possession.
Yeah, a bit more push and shove going on in there.
Yeah.
Righto, boys. Separate. Separate. Separate.
Andrew Fafita will be planning to make a statement today to Laurie Daly, but also maybe against some of the Queensland forwards he might line up against.
Yeah, well, Nate Miles would be the most likely man. And yeah, a bit of a run in. Miles there and with Ennis. It was a Michael Ennis pass that
And that's
going to hurt that head with a football.
Referee Dave Munro almost wore a steam in the head there. The ricochet.
Yeah.
This is Adam Devcic
Yeah, okay.
receiving some advice.
Yep. Okay. All right. Michael, out here. You don't throw the ball at his head, we don't have a problem. You are going to be penalised for that. You're going to be penalised for that. Now, out here, Nate. Out here. You're getting a penalty. He doesn't need to throw the ball at your head, right? But you've got to control these blokes, all right? Let's settle them down. Let's settle them down. Yeah, the penalty's... Yeah, he doesn't throw the ball at his head, mate. He doesn't do that.
Nate Miles able to laugh at himself when told that McInnes had thrown the ball at his head. Nate said, well, there's a fair chance of hitting it.
Yeah, I'm coming through.
A little bit of frustration there by both teams firing up.
Nate Miles' head, it's part of Origin folklore, isn't it?
Well, that's a fair advantage they've got now, 10 metres out from that penalty.
Here they come, James Roberts. The tap and go, the tap and scamper. Feet going every which way. Mosley passes for Eddie Pettybourne. Gets the legs pumping and finishes in front of the uprights. Douglas shows it once and passes to Caesar. Caesar calls Taylor inside and offloads. The defence was waiting. 5 metres out. Still no score. Into the back end of this first half. Pettybourne passes to Caesar. Caesar goes on for LG. LG held by the jumper. It was Bird doing so.
He wanted Zillman on the outside.
Down the short side through Ryan James. He tries to barge through Bakuya. No opening. And the dangerous call comes. So a penalty will allow the Gold Coast to mount more pressure.
Hand him over.
What are you doing, Kane?
Hold there. Stay on the line here.
I thought Adam Devcic,
On that line,
the
mate.
chief
Stay on
referee,
this
had
line,
already
stay on this
decided that
line.
tackle wasn't too bad.
Go.
Douglas. At one stage, the Sharks had 9 tackles to 1 in the Titans 20. It's now the Titans ahead 12-10 on that front, and they'll go very close here. They come down in the end goal. It's Ryan James. Momentum swings. There's a fair bit of momentum in Ryan James' big body. The Titans score first. James has his 4th try of 2015.
Set play, right on the line. He's always going to be a big man. It was going to be hard to stop there, Ryan James. And once he got himself close to the line, he was just going to put it down. Mosley stepping out to the left, turning it back inside, underneath. You know, Titans players impeding Sharks defenders, so that's all fine. Well worked. One-on-one with Ben Barber. You know who's going to win that most times. Benny Barber just trying to do his best to keep the ball off the ground, but he's a big man, isn't he, Ryan James?
He busts more tackles than any other Gold Coast forward, Ryan James. Recently, big games against the Broncos and the Warriors. He'll hope to build on that try tonight. Caesar landed 2 from 3 last week in Canberra. 78% for the season. Take full value as the rain falls at Seabus Super Stadium. Caesar makes it.
What was the last bit, Russ?
Kevy Walters, what did you make of that?
Yeah, no surprises there from the Titans. He has been the go-to man for them the last 4 or 5 weeks. When they get inside that 10 metres, Ryan James very powerful. He lined up on Barber. That was a mismatch. I'm just interested to see Nate Miles leave the field. He normally's got a few more minutes in him than the 24 or 25 minutes that he played. So interesting tactics there from Coach Neil Henry as well.
Douglas will return from the kickoff, and worryingly for the Sharks, the 6 times they've conceded the first try this season, they've lost them all. All 3 of their wins have come with them scoring the first try.
Strong, mate.
Relax, two.
Stronger defence from Bird and Bakuya. Here's the try scorer, Ryan James, running at Jared Beale.
Relax, relax.
LG. This is infield for Lachlan Bird. Canterbury Bulldog. His first season on the Gold Coast. This is Pettybourne. On the last play, LG kicks, driving this ball over the head of Valentine Holmes, and it will run deep into the in goal and pull up. Holmes thinks about passing. The chase is good, and the Titans force a repeat set.
Gee, that's a good kick. Kane LG had a bit of time, decided he was going to kick it in behind Valentine Holmes, and did it with precision. 50 metres out, it bounces into the in-goal area. Holmes has to play. It looks like it's going to sit up, not run dead. And the chase was good enough to keep him in there. Great play on the back of their first try, the Titans. Pressure straight back on the Sharks.
He forces his 7th dropout for the season, Kane LG. Alongside 8 try assists. Scored that double in New Zealand on Anzac Day. So the ball will land short of the Titans, and racing through, Luke Lewis makes the tackle on LG. Only 5 metres into Cronulla territory. That's a good outcome from the goal line dropout for the Sharks.
He backed it up, Luke Lewis, with another tackle. He knows his team needs something to inspire them, keep the Titans off their line.
Caesar, now Dave Taylor. 20 metres out, looking for consecutive tries, the Titans. Mosley passes for Burr. The final play, they're ideally set. LG. This is Hoffman back at an angle. Caesar will go across field. A high kick that's dropped by Mead. He got it at the second attempt. And that's the end of the set.
Early in the game, we saw a great break from near their own line, shifting the ball to the right, the Titans, for Dave Taylor. But every time he's got the ball since then, it's been flat. It's been pass, pass. Give it. There's no decoy runner. There's no change of angle from Taylor. They're not going to bust the Sharks' defence just with basic stuff.
This is David Fafita, back from a broken leg. Hard to contemplate that he only missed 3 games during that injury. Ennis runs a little bit before passing to Wade Graham. He gets away enough to pass for Ashford. And Ashford spins away from the western sideline. The last play, it's with Robson. He'll go high and deep, and will come down just into the in goal. It was a hard kick to take near the crossbar. It's still there, and Ryan James has to clean up. It came down right on top of the goal line, almost struck the crossbar, and was near impossible to catch as a result.
Oh, Luke Lewis, yeah, he thought he was a chance from here. He's coming through, can't get it. Another go there. Ryan James just arrives. Big play by the back rower. He aimed for that crossbar.
He's a genius, because if it didn't hit it, it went perilously close. Luke Lewis. His 15th NRL season. Barber fields the dropout. Goes to David Fafita. Now Tagatese, who always seems to be on the charge. Barber shows it once, passes for Bird. Bird goes on to Beale. Backwards a tackle 20 metres out. He scored a career-high 14 tries last season, Jared Beale. Yet to cross in 2015. This is Bakuya. Now Lewis out the back for Robson. Robson goes to Wade Graham, but the ball set up for David Mead. Mead runs. There's no one at home for the Sharks. Bird chases. Mead races. Bird comes to him. Mead has his measure, and Mead scores from one end of the field to the other. He knew exactly that another gear was there if needed. And David Mead scores try 58 in his Titans career.
That's tackle 0. I've got a try. Check for a possible knock-on.
We'll go up the other end of the field to see the way possession was won, to make sure it doesn't come off a Gold Coast Titan before Mead raced away.
His teammates knew he was going to score from the moment he got it. They were backing him up, but I don't think they put in their best effort because they knew he was just quick enough. Now, who's that come off? Is that off Roberts? I think it was Wade Graham, but has Roberts got a hand to it before it goes to Mead? Let's have a look. Hard to tell on that angle.
The referee has said try.
Wade Graham is pointing at James Roberts. Oh, he has had a little clutch at it, I think. What's Roberts?
He's definitely reached for the ball, but hasn't
Yeah.
touched him.
Yeah, well,
I'm not convinced still that it's touched James Roberts. James Graham is.
and did it go backwards off of him, off Roberts?
We might not even get to that question if we can't prove without doubt that it touched James Roberts.
I don't think we can see it on that angle. And the ruling is it's got to be conclusive.
Let's just ask that question. Is there conclusive proof that it's come off James Roberts in this battle for the ball with Wade Graham?
Well, if you're a Sharks fan, you'd say it came off of his shoulder there. But I don't know. And has it gone backwards anyway?
If it's gone backwards, play
the
on.
hands of me.
Here's the decision. And the green light backs up the original decision. Steve Clark, Luke Patton, the video referees, giving David Mead the try.
The only question is James Roberts get a try assist?
That it comes off you, mate. That it comes off you.
It didn't hit Roberts at all. It didn't hit
That's a decision.
And then, no, your ruling, not decision.
Well, that's why it was a live decision try. The live decision.
Come off me and
That's
Roberts,
right.
Roberts and me.
No, that it doesn't hit him. Doesn't hit him and go forward. That's the decision.
So as you could hear just there, Wade Graham arguing with Adam Devcich, but Adam said, my original decision was the same as the video referees. I said try because I don't believe it came forward off James Roberts.
Yeah, I think the best explanation is that it doesn't hit him and go forward. So if it hit him, it went back into the hands of this man. Absolute speedster, David Mead.
In his 7th year now at the Titans. Doesn't time fly? But he and Kevin Gordon having a great duel to lead the try-scoring tally at the Gold Coast Titans. It's Mead with his nose in front again after that 4-pointer. So 10-0 to the Titans with possibly 2 more to come here. That from a team that was beaten 56-16 last weekend in Canberra. Caesar strikes it nicely. It holds its line. It is 12-0 to the Titans. Kevin Walters, how did you see that try?
Well, I thought, to be honest, the Sharks were a bit unlucky there. Had Wade Graham caught that football, he probably would have scored himself. But, of course, Mead, the speedster, got the ball in his hands and raced away for a good try for the Titans. That sets up a handy lead for them. 12-0. They'll be happy with that.
Stand on your Sharks!
Just what they needed after their confidence was dented, no doubt, last week. Pettybourne is averaging more than 100 metres for the Titans off the bench this season. It's a fair return from Wigan for Eddie Pettybourne as Ben Ridge comes on. This is Matt White. Daniel Mortimer also sent into the game. Here he is at dummy half, dummying and running beyond the 30-metre line. Zillman passes for White. As we mentioned, he turns 31 tomorrow. And he hopes to score tonight, Matt White. Otherwise, he'll be the third player in NRL history since '98 to go 100 games without scoring a try. There's the completion from the Titans. Taken by Valentine Holmes, who heads back towards centre field.
So he has scored, but it was a long time ago.
2009 badge. Round 16, 2009. Here's the Titans with possession. 8 metres out. White passes this time. Caesar gives it flat for Ridge. His first NRL appearance for the season. Mortimer to White. Driving towards the in goal. And they get a penalty.
He's way to the side. Way to the side.
Mark is not square.
Weedle. They're taking 2, mate. Adam.
Hey?
Taking the 2.
Oh, no.
And the Titans have elected to cash in and take 2 points. Up by 2 converted tries. Already there's some blood on the nose of Matt White.
Let's see how this
Not much.
How this ball comes out. He looked like he was going to go close here. Matt White charging towards the line. There's a...
I'll go over it.
It was Jeff Robson called not square at marker, and then he went around the legs of White, drawing the penalty.
Right.
Luke.
So Aiden Caesar 2 from 2. This will give them a handy 14-point margin into the final 5 of the first half. The Sharks have certainly had their opportunities in good position, but yet to score. As the score line gets a little worse for them right now.
Yeah, it's a Titan side too that has scored plenty of second half points. I think the second most in the comp.
Matt White,
Second half.
3 seasons at Newcastle, 6th at the Gold Coast. So consistent week in, week out off the bench, but if he doesn't score, he'll join Matt Bell and Bryce Gibbs in that 100 club without a try. Be nice on the eve of his birthday badge to get him across the line. Pettybourne. Greeted by Wade Graham.
You know, I don't think he's as worried about it as you are.
No.
Matty Russell.
I'm sure
his
he's
job's just to get out there and get him on the front foot. And here he goes, lining up for another one.
Here he is, White. They're not employed to score tries, the props. Bird. It's well met by Tagatese, and it wins possession. Sam Tagatese slow back to his feet. David Fafita up the middle with a fend as he goes on Ryan James. Ennis to Robson. Now Graham back at the angle. That's the 10-metre line in front of him. Ennis to Lewis. Lewis is pushed back 2 metres out. They'd love to land a blow here, the Sharks. A long ball for Robson. He goes to Bird. Now Barber out the back. Gives it to Beale, 2-on-1. He's passed to Valentine Holmes, and Holmes goes in again. 2 tries against the Titans in round 4. Another one in round 10. Valentine Holmes has that sparked the Sharks.
He's clever, isn't he, with a little bit of space. They created it well for him, the Sharks. Bird here around the back. Same thing with Ben Barber. I thought not much doing, but the little skip to the outside that it brought Josh Hoffman off his line. He didn't trust the inside defender. It gave Barber a 2-on-1 with the winger. Just watch Hoffman. He decides to come in. LG probably thought he had Barber there. Given enough space to his winger and Holmes. He's strong for a little bloke.
I'm glad he said that. He had some work to do, didn't he, as the defence arrived.
Good work, Jared Beale as well. Drew his man right at the right time and gave Holmes that last bit of space to score.
His 6th try of the season, the 19-year-old.
They might be a bit now that swap and change that they want to do with Zillman and Hoffman at times. So Hoffman was defending in the centre, Zillman at fullback. And he just made the wrong move there, Josh Hoffman, I feel. Bit of Benny Barber footwork that has caught plenty of other players out.
Michael Gordon back into the lineup and back kicking this evening. Career percentage of 80, 70 this season. It's a tricky one first up. The eastern sideline. To make the difference, single figures at half-time. That's the assignment. Michael Gordon starts it online across the face. Just dragging it fractionally, and 14-4 it remains. Seconds left in the first half.
Guys, I'm not going to restart.
Yeah.
We might not have time for the restart. Zillman gets to halfway as the siren sounds. So it's the Sharks landing the final blow of the first half, and the Titans the first two. 14-4 to the home team, who found it tough to win at Seabus Stadium, but they are on track as we go downstairs to Kevy Walters.
Yeah, joined here by Wade Graham. Wade, handy try just on half-time.
Yeah, it's pretty handy to get that just before the half-time. Pretty poor half from us, so good way to finish it off.
Yeah, what's the key to the second half, mate, to get back in front of you?
Probably, just a bit too quick defensively in the ruck, and then obviously the errors, so, a few clear things to fix up.
Good, mate, thanks for joining us and good luck.
Thanks, mate.
Wade Graham and the Sharks have to bridge a 10-point deficit, a break, and then we're back to the Clive Churchill studio as Super Saturday continues in round 10. Titans ahead by 10 points after the first half. If they win, they can climb to 9th this evening, the Titans. David Mead found some room. As is so often the case, there's a try at the end of it when you give that speedster some breathing space. Valentine Holmes crossed late to give the Sharks more than a little hope. What will it be in the second half at Cbus Super Stadium? Good to have you with us on Fox Sports. Let's go down to Kevin Walters to get the thoughts of the Titans coach.
Well, Neil, pretty good defensive effort in that first half to keep them to 6.
Yeah, look, they had a lot of ball there line early in the game, but look, it was a bit disappointing to let them in, give them a sniff there probably late in that half. But look, we feel if we control our position like we did, we'll get some more opportunities against them.
Well, I hope you do, mate, because the boys are off a tough week, so good luck in the second half.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks,
on you, Neil.
Thanks, mate.
The Titans chasing their 5th win of the season. Valentine Holmes will hope to stop them. He scored 2 tries against them in round 4. He has another one tonight. But there is plenty of work for the Sharks to do. 10 points adrift. They've only trailed at halftime twice this season, and they've lost them both. And the Titans, well, they've only led twice at halftime this season, 1-1 after doing so. Jason Bakuya was one of the busy boys for the Sharks in the first half.
One of their best, the 11 and the number 11 for the Titans. Ryan James has been very good. Scored a try. He's been heavily involved, getting the going forward. Hasn't been involved in any of the niggling stuff that he did last week, and he's playing good footy. Plenty more to come in the next 40.
Michael Ennis, they'll need all his nous in the second half. The Titans trying to climb to 9th. The Sharks hoping to go to 11th, but on a congested table. The climb or fall can happen so quickly at the moment. The second half is underway. Midway through the NRL action, this round 10 Super Saturday. It's Fafita, David Fafita. His first game back from injury, leading us into the second half. Now Wade Graham. He'll be keen for victory tonight, won't he? It was his pass that was pounced on by James Roberts in the match-winning play in round 4. Ennis circling the troops and finding a few metres in front of the ruck. Barber passes now for Bird long. Luke Lewis is centre field. He tries to steamroll over the top of LG, but Kane makes the tackle. Tagatese. He takes the 5th tackle, the final play. And they throw the ball in front of Bird. It was Ennis's misguided pass that forces a rush kick towards the sideline, and it finds it, but 30 metres out from the Titans' goal line.
Yeah, considering the circumstances around that loose ball, he did all right there, Jack Bird. Get a kick away. He's down on his haunches. Didn't go far, but it found the line. He's got, I think, an injury.
Two reps now. 2 reps, I'll do this set, then you're in. Okay?
Or maybe a bit lower now.
Just needing a bit of time to gather himself and all the body parts.
Jared, David, staying like all out. Heads in, boys.
Hold it.
Feet, Kane.
Hold it.
Feet. Out.
So the Titans turn to their opening set of the second stanza. This is Hoffman, Josh Hoffman. And now Ridge will be relieved to be back. He picked up a nasty shoulder injury, round 15 against the Dragons last year. Returned in a trial and did his pec, Ben Ridge. The offload goes to Caesar. Caesar's tackled by Lewis and Ashford. Lachlan Burr thinks about passing. Gets to halfway. Warner throws it to LG, who kicks into open space, and there's a real race on for the ball. Barber is back there and has to play because flying through, James Roberts and co put real pressure on the Sharks.
Yeah, James Roberts and David Mead, who can motor. It was a training race, wasn't it? They were flying down that touchline. Teammates Dave Taylor, it was well done.
Bo Falloon and Greg Bird in the background.
David Mead has felt his henny with that chase. I'm going to keep an eye on that. He's trying to stretch it.
Valentine Holmes, the Titans able to put this Sharks defence under immediate pressure in the second half. Here's White.
David! Sam. Square, Sam. Good work, boys.
Now Eddie Pettybourne.
David again.
Stopped by Ennis and Tagatese. Mortimer gives it for White. He passes. And the Titans are stopped 15 metres out. Caesar played it. It's with LG dummying inside, going outside. A good tackle from Fafita. White passes to Caesar. Inside the 10, the Titans on the final play here. Mortimer gives it to LG. He'll chip the defensive line and Holmes takes no chances. He knocks it dead. Goal line dropout.
Catch it, Valentine. You catch that, you get a 20-metre tap. 0 tackle, so that means you'll have 7. Not the right play. There wasn't as much pressure on him as he thought. He must have felt some Titans breathing over his neck, but he should have just caught it.
At 19 years of age, there are plenty of years for him to get that right. The safety first approach, just get rid of it. Not worrying about defending here. Consecutive goal line dropouts from the Sharks. And Matt White can wind up. Into David Fafita, Tagatese, and Ennis. The last man up for the Sharks. Pettybourne. Mortimer gives it to White, who's had a busy start to the second half and offload. Back to Mortimer, who goes to Pettybourne. And that'll be a penalty against Luke Lewis for a leg pull. Or was it Wade Graham named by the referees? There's probably a few possible penalties in that.
Well, they're up by 10. Do they make it 12?
They're going for 2. They're going for 2, lads.
So for the second time in this game, the Titans get a penalty and elect to peel off 2 more points. It's a gimme from in front. So there's the leg pull, and then Wade Graham knocks the ball out of Pettybourne's possession. The latter pounced on by the referees.
Hey, Wade.
Yeah, mate, on this line.
There's a few penalties in a row against your blokes.
Yeah, well, that's not fair, but that's
Hey?
the first penalty.
Oh, in half, but back at the back end of this, we've had a few in a row against you, is what I'm saying. All sorts of things. Yeah, all sorts of things. In the ruck. Of course it is.
Ref and Wade Graham having a few words here. Meanwhile, David Mead has hobbled off. I think he's hurt his left hamstring in that chase to the line right at the start of this half, so half-time break didn't do him any favours.
Well spotted, Badge. He picked it up as soon as he completed that chase to force the first of 2 goal line dropouts. And now we have 2 more points to the Titans. Aidan Caesar, 4 from 4 today. Kevin Walters sideline, you happy with the option to take 2 points twice in this game?
Yeah, I think so, particularly if they give 2 points there in front. That'll push them out to a 12-point lead. But I still think for the Sharks to get back in this game, their back row have got to come into the game. Luke Lewis, in particular, has been a little bit quiet in this first half. He can get himself going. He can spell all sorts of dangers for the Titans.
Kevin, I know you've checked on David Mead. How are your hamstrings these days?
I don't have hamstrings. They're not long enough, my legs, to have hamstrings. But like while we can, got a bit of a break here. Just a quick cheerio to the Walters boys. They're all having a family reunion tonight. I've got to go to work, and they're all on holidays. How does that work?
I'm sure you'll be thought of, Kevy. Here's Pettybourne.
Trying to give him a hint. About him. Forex doesn't last as long as Debbie's there.
Right, hands on. Andrew square.
White plays it. Mortimer runs from dummy half. Orgy considering his options. He passes to Ryan James. James always takes some tackling. It was Jack Bird doing some good work right there. Now Lachlan Burr. The big forwards, big young forwards at the Titans. Aidan Caesar from inside his 40 drives it long. He would have been thinking about 40-20. Ben Barber had its measure the whole way. And Barber comes back to the 30. Get up, Barry, get up! Legs were off the ground. The landing was safe. Go! Jared Beale. Valentine Holmes so quick. Dummy half. Ennis infield to Bird. Now Robson. This is Lewis. He looked out the back. Barber was there, but Luke takes the tackle. Wade Graham. His offload to Barber. Another offload allows Andrew Fafita to run. Andrew Fafita still going, looking for support and holding on to his legs desperately. Daniel Mortimer, a fraction too long, according to David Munro. A quick tap and go, still on for the Sharks as Graham stutters in his run and ends up 2 metres short. Tackled eventually by Caesar. Ennis to Robson. Andrew Fafita will line up again. Tackled by Mortimer and Bird. Ennis. Flat for Lewis, and Luke Lewis goes over again. His 5th try for the season. And that should give the Sharks some second half momentum. Not quite Sharknado yet, but those boys will hope to create it over the next half hour or so.
Yeah, good stuff. It came off the back of an Andrew Fafita bust. In fact, Ben Barber, a couple of good offloads in there for the Sharks. Barber was the last one. Fafita still going. They get a penalty here. Mortimer just grabbing at the legs. A couple of the experienced players there. Nice play. Ennis out of dummy half, short ball to Lewis. They had plenty of players out the back, but Lewis one-on-one with the Titans defender. Just couldn't hang on, Ben Ridge.
Well done, Luke Lewis. 5 tries this season. The last season he scored 5 in the year was 2007. That was 6, so it's a decent tally for him early in 2015. 5 tries.
Former winger. He knows how to score. He played on the wing, didn't he, for the Panthers at some stage. He's an 18-year-old.
Gordon adds 2 more. 16-10, a converted try, the difference. Luke Lewis made his Origin debut in 2004. He was part of all 3 games in 2014 off the bench. Kevin Walters, that's a fair stint at Origin level, isn't it? Kevy's gone to check on David Mead, so I'll get you involved here.
Yes, that's a fair stint. What's that, 11 years? So, and he's, you have to say, be a certainty for the Blues squad again this year.
17 games over 7 campaigns, Luke Lewis. Kevy just didn't want to talk about New South Wales Origin players. I'm sure that's what it is.
He's chasing up an injury report down there. He's a busy little munchkin on the sideline, Kevy Walters.
Ennis urging Pryor to play the ball quickly. And now Andrew Fafita gets busy. There's Sam Tagatese. Lewis again, the try scorer. Ennis to Wade Graham. Across halfway, Graham.
They've picked up the intensity, haven't they, the Sharks? From the time they gave away that early penalty in this half, they've stepped it up a gear.
He's lifted the crowd as well as Bird goes high and takes a tackle as he kicked. Spinning out of the tackle, Hoffman couldn't get clear of Lewis long enough, because if he had, there was vacant pasture in front of him. Here's Ryan James early in the set. Kevy, what can you tell us?
Yeah, David Mead, unfortunately, has hurt his hamstring and he won't be back, so that's bad news for the Titans. And I missed you there just with Luke Lewis here. He's a quality player, and again, the lines that he runs nice and straight, always hard to defend against.
I thought you'd gone to that party early, Kevy.
I'd like to, don't worry.
This is Dave Taylor running at Ennis and over the top of Ennis.
Wait, go ball.
Now Nate Miles, the game has lifted in intensity and the crowd has risen as a result. Lachlan Burr comes out the other side, feeding on an 8 miles offload. Lachlan Burr almost goes all the way. The final play for the Titans from 4 metres out. Caesar kicks along the ground. It's scooped up by the everywhere man at the moment, Luke Lewis.
Luke Lewis.
Didn't get back to the line.
He's offside.
There was a couple
Luke
of
Lewis.
Sharks players out there in the same boat.
Time early, mate. He's in the way.
Well, have they shown their hand, the Titans? They'll take 2 more here, won't they? They've done so twice already in this game. To go ahead by 8 and 12. Penalty goal here will restore the 8-point margin as we have a look at the offside call on Luke Lewis. Badge, what do you reckon?
Oh, well, I just don't think he got back to the line. The referee was right there. Adam Devcic, he was checking all the Sharks players. Fresh from scoring that try, he just couldn't get back.
No, it's not.
Neil Henry watching on.
Barely, mate.
His 9th
They're going for 2.
NRL season. Started
Going
at
for 2.
Canberra, went to North Queensland. Here he is at the Gold Coast, and
He's taking here and I'll
there
go.
must be his instructions, I assume, going out to
Time's
take
an
the
offside,
2.
mate.
Oh, I think it makes sense. 16-10.
Oh, we've got time back on now.
That lead, more than a converted try. From what we've seen of the Sharks in the last 10 minutes, though, there's plenty more points for offer here tonight.
As we touched on earlier, the past 5 games between these 2 clubs have been decided by less than 10 points, so every point vital. And if history is an indicator, and as a result, the Titans happy to chip away with 2 plus 2 plus 2. Here they are. Caesar makes it an 8-point ball game. Kevin Walters, we said the tempo had gone up, the crowd had got involved. Is that how you see it?
Yeah, it certainly did. And of course, the injection of Nate Miles there. One little offload and found a nice hole there through the Sharks' defence. If the Titans are going to go on with this, they've got to fix up their defence as well through the middle. So good finish coming here, boys. I can feel it down on the sideline.
Saw a shot of Luke Lewis as the Sharks kick off. What's going on there? There's his shoulder.
We'll keep an eye on him.
Heading penalty. Matt Pryor, heading penalty.
Well, you heard what the referees were screaming, and now they act on it. It was the assistant referee, David Munro, identifying the head of Matt Pryor, used in the tackle on Nate Miles. LG will find the line. We'll have a look at the run of penalties. Just the one for the Sharks, splitting up 6 for the home side. The penalty count 7-4 in favour of the Titans. Ryan James. Tackled by Robinson. Playing his first NRL game for the season. Pettybourne passes on to Caesar. Now Hoffman. He straightens, but he stops by Robson and Wade Graham. Caesar shovels it on to Lachlan Burr. 15 metres out, Gold Coast. Pettybourne takes on the defence and takes a good tackle from McGuinness. Mortimer to Caesar. Caesar goes along the ground, and there Ashford gets rid of one defender, but not a following wave, and disappears now. So another goal line dropout coming from the Sharks. This will be their 4th for the evening.
He took a bit of a swipe at him here, Dave Taylor. Nice little kick behind Caesar. Just grabs him by the shoulders. It's enough to stop his run back into the field of play, and 4 teammates arrive. Sharks now. Jeff Robson was trying to pump them up. He knows it's a vital time for them to defend this set.
It's Michael Ennis with the goal line dropout. It rolls 50 metres. Hoffman has it. And he goes to the captain, Nate Miles. And Miles bounced away from Wade Graham. Not exactly sure what made contact, but there's been a mistake from Miles, and the Sharks race in applauding.
Yeah, you've got to pick the ball up. No. We've ruled on it, mate. We've ruled on it. Give him the ball. Hey, hey. Easy, boys.
The Sharks want to get on with it. They don't want the video ref to have a say in this. Is there an arm in that tackle?
Well, Wade Graham will argue so.
Arms over, Ryan. Ryan. Let's go, boys. Ryan.
Hold in.
Heads in.
Hold.
Feet. Out. Right, mate.
Beal loses his legs.
Come, get up and square.
Hold. Hold.
And the bottom line there is just get up with the footy in hand. It's a little bit of a loose carry. Sometimes you're going to lose it. You pay a price.
Now Andrew Fafita. There's a good tackle from Nate Miles. 1-on-1. Ennis, a long ball. This is Robinson showing it and then straightening into the defence. Lachlan Burr and Ben Ridge. In fact, it's Daniel Mortimer. Ennis to Pryor. Pryor goes on to Robinson. And they'll complete the set here. Through Barber, who goes high, end over end. He kicks towards the wing of Anthony Don, who has height, but loses the ball behind him. Picked up by Valentine Holmes, who gets another double against the Gold Coast Titans.
Parky, we have tackle 0. We have a try. Can you just check the onside and come through to the grounding?
Just when it looked like Anthony Don was about to complete a comfortable catch, the ball was lost. We'll just check that Valentine Holmes was A, onside, and B, grounded the ball.
Well, he's onside. And I don't think there's any doubt here at all. Don gets up, just spills his lollies out the back. And, easy one there. Valentine Holmes jams it down. 2 for him on the night. The Sharks are way back in this one. Oh, geez, he catch that every week.
It was the same corner of Seabus Super Stadium where Valentine Holmes scored his spectacular junior ruse try. He's over again. 4 tries this season against the Titans. And he might yet build on that this evening. There are a portion of Sharks fans here, they like that, when their junior star on a wing for the time being. I say time being because who knows where he'll end up.
Barber there with the kick. They gave him plenty of protection there, and it was a relatively straightforward catch. It should have been. The back. I said earlier, Matt, they haven't been great at coming back from deficits, the Sharks, this year. If they don't score first, they don't win. Perhaps not tonight.
Make it 2 points the difference. Michael Gordon. Just beyond the 20-metre line, off and upright and through. It doesn't matter how they go through as long as they do. 18 on 16. What a Super Saturday we have had. What a game we are having. Very close again. Great way to celebrate women in league round. And there is, on the sideline tonight, Belinda Sleeman. Great to see Belinda involved. Of course, the Titans have Rebecca Frizzell. She was the first NRL chairperson at a club. And Kevy, it is a great cause celebrating women in league round as the kick from the Titans goes out on the full.
Oh, that is a big error. That's a costly one. Sharks straight back on the attack.
Yeah, boys, back here. Nate, go back there.
Don't worry, it's not hey, Nate, it hasn't happened fast, mate. Come on.
So a try to cut the difference to 2, then a gift penalty on halfway. What are we going to see from the Sharks in this set? All of a sudden, they're hunting the lead. Down by 10 at the break.
Is this what Nate Miles wanted them to double check the kick that was out by a metre?
Pryor. Tackled by Miles and Lachlan Burr. Ennis to Andrew Fafita. Still standing. Ennis to Robson. Robson runs. Draws a tackle from Burr. Is in the middle, Lachlan Burr. Here's Robinson. The Sharks, can they hit the front? Ennis to Barber. Barber goes flat to Bakuya. Ryan James makes the tackle along with Miles. The final play for the Sharks. They go for some depth. Robson, grubbers, and scooped up by Hoffman, who loses it. Coming through to claim the try, Blake Ashford. What a return to the NRL this could be.
No, I've got no try. Clarkie, I've got tackle 0. I've got no try. Can you check to see if the Gold Coast knock it on and then come through and see if Cronulla ground the ball?
So Clarkie is Steve Clark alongside Luke Patton in the video referee's box. The kick from Robson drew a diving, sliding attempt to clean up from Hoffman. He lost it as that man on screen scored.
Yeah, I think the doubt is around whether Ashford got it cleanly and put it down. That's all okay. Players all on the outside are onside. No one else on the inside gets involved. Hoffman loses it there. Ashford flying through. Oh, well, from the referee's perspective, he didn't get it cleanly. Let's have another look. Ashford. Oh, I think he's lost it.
Originally, I thought he never had control of the ball. But that replay has me second-guessing myself.
Well, just watch here. He goes at it with his hands. It ends up being placed by his forearm.
Forearm would be fine for a try so long as he had control of the ball. If he picks the ball up, keeps it in his hand long enough, rolling it down his
Gee, I'd nearly go with that now.
Forearm. Adam Devcich has said no try, but those replays might see the video referees overrule.
Yeah, that's all right.
He picks the ball up and then grounds it with his wrist/forearm. Is there enough control
Well, they
for the
decided
video referees to give this a try to Blake
I
Ashford?
think they've decided it's no try. Now they're going to work out whether it's a
Scrum.
Okay.
Scrum
So we're gonna
to Sharks.
tough call.
That's right.
You'll have to explain it, mate.
So no try. Let's have a listen to the explanation.
It's a scrum. It's a scrum. You guys have got the feed. Hey? Because you guys knocked it on. Hey, that is a decision. No, it wouldn't.
Let's go, play out, let's go.
It's a Sharks feed.
Adam, I'll take the scrum, mate.
Seriously, players, you've got to get out of the ref's face there. He's made his decision.
Yeah, mate. Time's off still.
You call time back on when you're ready.
So the knock-on against Josh Hoffman.
Heads in here, boys. Daniel.
Blake Ashford's
Head in,
control, not enough
Josh.
Wait
for
here.
a try.
Heads in, boys.
The original decision stands, but the Sharks
Time on.
will come again.
And yours, mate.
Andrew Fafita standing one out at the back of the scrum.
He scored that try late last week against the Warriors from a similar position, didn't he? About 20 metres out.
Indeed. He's still having nightmares about Sean Johnson, Andrew Fafita, as are a host of Sharks. Ennis to Robson. His ball, a second man for Barber, touched by the Titans into touch, so the Sharks will keep possession.
Into a desperate swipe of that, Dave Taylor. Ben Barber happy with the play. You see him smiling. His man here, just trying to pop it out to Ashford. Taylor got a touch on it. Sharks on the attack with there.
Let's go.
The Sharks, having suffered through 5 single-figure losses this season, trail by 2. Is the tide about to turn? Jack Bird still running. And he runs straight into Will Zillman. And LG and James lend their weight to the tackle. Holmes giving it to Bakuya, who stumbles towards centre field. Attacking from 8 metres out. Ennis gives it flat for Matt Pryor. He can't spin his way through. Still 3 plays left. Ennis deep to Robson, who runs into a strong tackle driven sideways by Ben Ridge. Deep for Bird. Deep again to Barber. Barber runs to the 10-metre line, tries to fend on LG, gets the ball away for Beale. Beale heads back towards the short side, and the defence from the Titans holds. Here's the final play. It's for Ennis. He will kick across field. Good numbers there for the Sharks. 3-on-2 for the jump and down safely with the ball. Fantastically well, James Roberts. He'll go back to the 20. A quick tap, and how far will he go? Just beyond his 30-metre line. Now Anthony Don. There's some defence to applaud from the Titans bench.
Yeah, excellent set there by the Gold Coast team, but I said before, I still think they need to put more points on the board. I don't think 18 is going to be enough tonight, the way this Sharks team is testing it.
Caesar runs in the defence. Tackled by Robson and Graham. Now Miles. This is Douglas. He thought about passing. And there he is on the 10-metre line. Final play. They flood the short side. LG's kick was miscued. Picked up by Robinson. And he goes beyond his 10 metres.
That's the kind of play you've got to come up with the right kick in that situation. Kane LG not happy, running back, shaking his head, just a little bit fancy between players and trying to put a left footer through.
Bird. Just wanted the ball faster. Fafita passed for Graham. Michael Gordon. Andrew Fafita again, driven backwards, and he just throws the ball behind him. Ennis is able to clean up eventually. He was involved in a wrestle with Kieran Mosley to get through to dive on the ball. Robson. His kick goes straight to Anthony Don. A hat-trick last weekend in Canberra. And a beat the side. Mortimer passes to Dave Taylor. He received the ball flat-footed. And he slid back to his feet. Big day. A shake of the head. Reach. LG on to Miles. Miles bounced awkwardly off the turf here, and as a result, he's slow back to his feet. That was a nasty landing. One of those whiplash-type arrivals with the turf that saw his head bounce heavily into the grass.
Yeah, I was just going straight back.
Nate Miles being given some time. They need the captain. Over the last 13 and a bit minutes, you can see the horrible bounce off the turf. He'll be assessed, but at this stage, there's no compulsion to remove Nate Miles. He hasn't lost consciousness or had a seizure or had any of the circumstances by which players must be automatically removed.
Well, I think the trainer is
common sense will. So let's give him a breather. Let's check him out. There's no balance disturbance or memory.
Just got to make sure they're nice and square, okay?
As far as we can
Nice and
tell
square,
yet. So
Jason.
we'll follow Nate Miles on the sideline through Kevy and
Make sure you use your foot.
stay with
We're
players.
going to wait till something.
Luke Douglas rolls it under his foot.
Make sure you use your foot. Okay? One tackle, 4 Kieran.
Hang on, whoa. We've had 4 tackles. Here we go.
Good 4. Marcus are good.
Mosley to LG. Brian James. So down on the few troops now because Will Zillman is being inspected as well. This is the last. A charge down by Luke Lewis, who picks the ball up cleanly. He's chased by Hoffman. Gets away from the fullback and Roberts is there to lend his support. Now Robson gives it for Fafita. Luke Lewis was man of the match on this ground against the Titans a few years ago. With a play very similar to that, part of his repertoire that day. Ennis to Fafita. This is Andrew inside the 20 again. They've done a lot of defending the Titans. How much stamina do they have left? Robson to Jack Bird. And LG there to help Ryan James. Not to mention Eddie Pettiball. Here's the final play. And it's with Robson. Again, he'll kick across field looking for a jumping shot. The ball is picked up by Dave Taylor. It was Blake Ashford again going close.
The tackle, mate. It can be tackled in the air. It's okay. It's over.
Yeah, I think we might have had an offside Sharks player or 2 out wide. He hesitated to put that crossfield
Nice
kick
and
in.
square, Luke. Michael.
It's Will. First knock on though against Cronulla.
Play the ball.
Ashford comes down with it. Yeah, good call.
Sharks complained that Ashford was tackled in the air, but as is the attacking player trying to score a try, that is perfectly legal. Burr has it now for the Titans, so still the home side holds on. Home side that's won only 2 of its last 13 at this ground. There's Will Zillman passing a knee or upper shin. They've lost Nate Miles to a concussion check. And David Mead to a hamstring strain. So Neil Henry with some thoughts to ponder. Here's James Roberts. I want him involved over the final 10 minutes. Caesar, again, the kick is charged down by the Sharks. And they get a penalty.
Yeah, Lachlan Burr stripped it out. 2 in the tackle. See the last 2 kicks they haven't got away. They've been charged down. Now a penalty, giving plenty of chances to the Sharks to get back in front. Just get in front for the first time. They haven't had the lead all game.
Not only are we keeping Kevy Walters away from a Walters family reunion, we're making him very busy on the sideline. Kevy, what do you got?
Yeah, I've got plenty for you. Actually, Nate Miles, obviously, with his head there slamming the ground. He's just off to having the concussion test. And what else we got for you there? We've got Will Zillman's got a bump on the knee. They're not sure. He's still in the sheds getting checked, so he could be back just yet.
Here's Andrew Fafita back to pose problems for the Titans. 22 metres out, Ennis beats Sam Tagatese. Straight as usual. Ennis off his toe. That was the bobble in the play of the ball. Robson runs now. Goes within 5 metres. Ennis gives it to Bird. He had sights on the in goal, throwing it backwards to no one really. Barber gets there. He passes for Jason Bakuya on to Jared Beale, who cuts in field and is tackled 10 metres out. Valentine Holmes, the dummy half, fires the ball for Barber. On to Bird. His kick off the Titans and the tackle count restarts. The Sharks don't know that yet. They might score right here. Sammy Saluma plays it. Ennis tucks it around for Bird. Jack Bird goes over. The Sharks have the lead for the first time tonight. The Titans have defended so bravely, but eventually the pressure tells.
Luke Lewis being assisted off. They got 6 to go from this play here. That was ruled to have been played at by Luke Douglas. Still a couple of good offloads before they took the tackle. Not long later, Jack Bird, he just wants to get around the football, this fella. Scores a good try. Just weight of possession and some great enthusiasm by the Sharks has taken its toll. The Titans haven't got their kicks away, given away penalties. They're in a bit of a hole at the moment, the Titans, but good stuff, the Sharks. 2 or 4 in front.
The key phrase in that recap, Badge, was the kick that was ruled to be played at, because Luke Douglas, according to the replays, would have great reason to argue that I didn't play at that kick. The try is on the board, and the Sharks are ahead by 2. Michael Gordon, 2 from 3 tonight. His most recent, off and upright and through. Hasn't been his best night, but that one is straight through. The Sharks by 4. In front of a crowd that is getting value for money.
Left foot kicker, so it'll come towards me.
A crowd of almost 10,500.
They've kicked, I think it was their last kick-off that went dead. The Titans have had plenty of rookie errors in this second half. Are they going the short kick-off? Just 7 minutes to go.
Hoffman drives it long, where Barbara is waiting. And this is Tagateezy. The ball is lost by the Sharks. Don throws it infield to LG. Well, here's a chance. The Titans, can they answer straight away? Ryan James. Let's have a look at the Sharks' goal line defence all of a sudden. Douglas on to Caesar. Now it's Dave Taylor. The defensive numbers are there for the Sharks, so Roberts comes back the other way. Happy to go backwards in a bid to go forwards. Daniel Mortimer had a hole open up in front of him. Anthony Don is screaming for the ball on the left. That's the way they come, and that's the reason why Anthony Don goes over. Well, the Sharks haven't led for long. We are locked up at 22 all, and we'll have a near sideline conversion to split the teams.
Well, haven't they hit back quickly? This is from the kickoff. Tagateezy, the offload out the back. They couldn't handle it. And not long later, this great long ball. Don calling for it. LG takes a punt on it, hits his winger. Valentine Holmes is just in a little bit too tight. Anthony Don over for a very important try. We're locked up. That's a great ball from the halfback.
The margins in the last 5 games between the Sharks and the Titans: 4 points, 10 points, 2 points, 6 points, 2 points. Right now, there isn't a margin.
We had
there might be 2.
We might be, Kevy might be even later for that family reunion.
I've got an update. We're on the mineral waters. All the 4Xs are gone, Kevy. So, Aidan Caesar with this to give the Titans the lead. As you mentioned, Golden Point at Parramatta Stadium. We're looking at Golden Point at Seabus Super Stadium. Caesar brings it across the face. It stays 22 on 22. And we have 4 and a bit minutes left.
Yeah, mate.
Time off as a result in the final 5.
Field goals will be on here too, mate.
Neil Henry doesn't look a lot different in the 76th minute than he did the 6th. What a ride home we have over the final few minutes. And the good news is we've got more to come. Melbourne hosting South Sydney, the next stop on Super Saturday. Mal Meninga will be watching that game with interest. A host of Queensland Origin stars to follow this game. Here's Luke Douglas.
Hendricks! Square Jason!
Now Pettybourne. Who's going to win this game? Will it be an act of individual brilliance? Don't we have some candidates to deliver? Ridge plays it. Mosley gives it to Lachlan Burr. His 14th hit up to go with 27 tackles. Burr, a big game now. Pettybourne busy again as well. This is the last. LG runs and then stabs at the ball. Rolling towards the sideline. Valentine Holmes looked for Barber momentarily and he takes the tackle. They stop him 14 metres out. Follow the clock, 3 and a bit minutes left. 22 on 22. Beale. Now Sammy Saluma. He received that pass that couldn't be taken from Tagatese, and as a result, we're locked up. Michael Gordon. Now Wade Graham. Making sure he doesn't pass anywhere near James Roberts late in this one. On the last, Ennis kicks towards Anthony Don. He backpedals and catches safely and throws it to Josh Hoffman. The chase is good. The Sharks with a great line to greet him.
And they've just done a Fafita swap. David's on, fresh. Andrew gave plenty. Could have been the match winner for them, but he's blowing up too. He's one of the traders. There's a mistake.
A drop ball, the ruling.
Not on Sharks and then Gold Coast. Sharks and Gold Coast is a Gold Coast first.
Gold Coast will keep possession. There's
exactly
David
the same.
Fafita making sure there's
I'll take it.
no chance for the Titans to get their hand on it quickly. You mentioned Andrew, 37 tackles, 17 hit-ups.
I'm going to go short cut, you guys. Okay.
Oh, come on.
Is it enough for him to return to Origin, having missed last series, but played in 2013? That's the twin. David
Yeah,
appealing.
Wait. I'll give you a go call. Hold. Out.
Mosley to Anthony Don. So is this a set where the Titans can work themselves into position to take 1 and 2 premiership points as a result? Here's Ryan James into Sharks territory now. Mosley for Pettybourne. 35 metres out. Now Mosley to LG. LG passes for Ryan James, who loses it and loses it forward according to the refs. They took a long time to make their decision, and knock on is the ruling. The Sharks race in, time goes off. We have less than a minute left.
They've opened the door up, the Titans, with an awful play. LG actually juggled it himself, and then Ryan James puts it down.
Lachlan. Daniel.
This will be a big win for whichever team takes it. The Titans trying to bounce back from a 40-point loss. The Sharks needing their 4th win of the year. Jack Bird to Robson. Now Ashford. He's played the year so far for Newtown in the New South Wales Cup. Ben Barber. 2 tackles down, still in their own territory. David Fafita tries to give them some go forward. That's halfway. Ennis passes for Tagatese. A good run up the middle.
Who's in position? Is it Holmes? I think it is. Robson
from about 40 out. Will they snap now? Robson gives it to Valentine Holmes. He has to pass to Barber. They run towards the sideline. Barber loses it backwards. Beale spots a big hole and runs at it, dropping the ball along the way. They fail to get a shot away. Full-time sounds in the background. We are going to Golden Point for consecutive games in round 10. The women in league will love this badge. Value for money, a little bit extra. And the Titans and Sharks take their turn to go past 80 minutes.
Well, this is the last play. They tried to get a few players in position for the kick. Beale saw a bit of space, He just had to get rid of it. Dave Taylor laying the law down to his Titans teammates.
Kevin, you predicted about an hour ago we might have a tight finish. Did you think it'd be this tight?
Well, I did, to be honest. You could just feel it at ground level here, the intentions of both teams, the intensity of the game lifted, and they went with it. And look, I think it's important on these Golden Point to receive the ball first. So there's a big coin toss happening here at the moment. Whoever wins that toss should be electing to receive the ball first up.
Let's see what they do. Gold Coast have been to Golden Point 8 times, 4 wins, 4 losses. The Sharks, as Tagatese, Bakuya and Lewis look on, they've played 14 Golden Point games.
Luke
Won
came out
6,
before, so he's
lost
in.
7, and finished in a stalemate once.
Take it what they give you, mate.
Shane Flanagan has put his game winner, Andrew Fafita, back on the field.
So,
He's only replaced a
Nate's
couple
off
of minutes
and
before
Will
full time.
Zillman's off. You're in. You came out before, so... All right.
Kevy, I'll bring you back in as we have a look at the coin toss here. Wade Graham and Luke Douglas as filling captain, given that Nate Miles is being concussed. We'll watch this call firstly.
Tails. Which way are you going to go? Or you can choose to kick off. so you can choose which way. So you can choose which way to go, or you can choose to kick off.
I want to receive.
Okay, so you're going to tell me, do you want to stand down that end and go that way, or do you want to stand that end and go that way? Okay, so you're going to stand down there, and you're going to go that. So you're kicking off that way.
Kevy, it's a simple game, but suddenly Golden Point ain't so simple.
Well, they even confused me there, but yeah, good decision there from Douglas to elect to receive the ball. There's not much breeze down at ground level here either, so no real advantage either way when you're carrying that ball. But who's got the best goal kick, drop goal specialist here? Gary, who you put your money on here?
Well, no, Aiden Caesar is a bit of a sharpshooter in that department. You'd have to say someone in the halves. I saw Valentine Holmes there lining it up. Matty Russell's having a bit of a squeeze at it now. Our Fox Sports stats people are going to tell us who.
The Titans and the Sharks haven't kicked a field goal this season. As Mick Ennis prepares for the kick-off, the Sharks now playing their 15th Golden Point game. That's the most of any team. So does experience count for anything in Golden Point? At the coin toss, it definitely did. Wade Graham was telling Luke Douglas what he had to do. So we're into the bonus.
And Andrew Fafita was half a metre in front of the kicker. That's a
Can you imagine a penalty badge?
Well, they're reluctant to blow the penalties, aren't they?
Let's enjoy this. 22 all, Golden Point. It was a golden try at Pertex Stadium to get the Warriors home. Bodine Thompson, the man. Are we going to see a golden try here? Or will it be a golden point? Douglas.
Gone nowhere. It's a great defensive set by the Sharks, who are going to receive the ball somewhere around their 20 or 30 metre line.
Caesar drives it high down the middle. I wondered whether a 40-20 might have been their only answer. They didn't give it a chance. So halfway. Quickly, Kevy, what can you tell us about the Titans interchange?
Well, they're down to one player on their bench, Matt White, the only available player for the Titans to come on in this Golden Point extra time. Of course, Nate Miles out with that head, he won't be back, so trouble there for the Titans.
The Sharks to the 30-metre line. Graham.
Do they go early? Fourth tackle.
Ennis goes to Andrew Fafita. This is the final play. Ennis goes to Valentine Holmes to give the Sharks their 4th win of the year. The youngest Shark on the field wins it for Cronulla. A double, a winning field goal. What a moment, Valentine Holmes. They've lost so many nail-biters. Now they've won one. Golden Point, ice cool, Valentine Holmes.
And didn't they need that? He has nailed it. A torpedo drop kick. Holmes, it was off the back of a very quick play, the ball by Andrew Fafita. Well set up there, the Sharks. A good defensive set of 6 initially in this Golden Point extra time, and then they build up for the perfect finish.
look at the Sharks a week before the bye after a tough loss last week, and they thought they'd done enough to win. They survive a thriller. It's the Sharks 23, too good for the Titans 22. We'll head back to the Clive Churchill studio after the break. I wonder whether we're going to see a third Golden Point game. Still plenty to come on NRL Super Saturday. We hope you've enjoyed the highlights from Cbus Super Stadium on the Gold Coast.